Solutions at 402-607-9154.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through October 5th, enjoy 8-ounce USDA choice bacon-wrapped sirloins for $5.88 each. All-natural boneless chicken breast, $2.99 per pound. Fresh pork sausage, $2.49 per pound. And fresh salmon fillets for $9.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
From the capital to castles, starting this December, fly nonstop from Lincoln to Orlando with service from Breeze Airways. That's right, nonstop flights to Orlando out of LNK are starting this December. You're now just a flight away from Disney World, Universal Studios, Legoland, and the Space Coast. Stretch out and relax on Breeze with complimentary family seating. Book your magical getaway now at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies, breezy and warm, with an afternoon high around 85. Tonight, mainly clear skies, a light breeze, a low around 64. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return, be breezy and warm with an afternoon high near 89. I'm meteorologist Kyle Beckett from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Mike, I've been thinking, our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month, now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities. See Home Club for details.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is wonderful. Wonderful Wednesday. I was running through my car today.
AD, I wasn't even, nobody would have ever known. You could have just gone with the show like normal, and nobody would have ever known that you just got here.
But it's transparency.
It is, yeah.
You know?
I don't think you have to say anything.
Well, I seen a buddy of mine at the gym that I hadn't seen in a long time. One of the younger DeBoers, Tyler and Scott DeBoer, Dean and Karen DeBoer.
Kalen?
No. Kalen
DeBoer,
not the coach.
Not the coach.
He's like, what is he doing at Genesis?
Wait a minute. Does AD know something that the rest of the college football world
Kalen
doesn't
DeBoer,
know?
okay, full disclosure, Nick. He meets me at Farrell's Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings at 7. Jaunts back down to Manhattan or wherever the heck he's at. Tuscaloosa. He gets away from Alabama a little bit.
Yep.
You know, he says, sweet home Alabama's not so sweet.
To go kickboxing in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Kickboxing. Jeff and Nicole are great marketers, and you get Kalen DeBoer up here to work out to get away from Tuscaloosa for a little bit. But no, I seen Scotty DeBoer. I hadn't seen Scott DeBoer in years. And I remember Scott and Tyler and Brooke, their sister, since they were like little, like not little kids. Yeah, they were little. Brooke in particular, but they watched our kids. And then when I was working for Campus Life, Youth for Christ years ago, they're like some of my first supporters, Dean and Karen. So it was good to see Scotty.
Dang.
4 kids.
Wow.
9 through, I think, 3, he said. And he was lifted. He was like, yeah, I just dropped him off. This is my time. So I'd seen him in a long time, so I was chopping up a little bit with him in there.
Well, that's good.
Nick, how about yourself? How's the morning, brother?
It's been good. The weather is beautiful. It's like in the mornings it wants to crispen up to stay fall weather.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
And then in the afternoon it says, "Psych, we're gonna keep summer temperatures a little bit longer." No, I think I'm fine. The longer that it's warmer, this might make some of the global warming people mad. But the longer that it's warmer, the happier I think everybody is. Like I don't want snow. I don't want cold temperatures. I don't want cool temperatures. Just allow us to keep the 80 degrees, and we'll be good.
You don't want cooler temperatures?
I don't want cold.
No, not cold. But let's say what's your
But
coldest,
it's on the
which one is when it's not comfortable for you anymore? Obviously not the freezing stuff, but like when is it like a good fall weather for you, temperature wise?
It better stay above 60 degrees. Like that.
Well,
that's where
you
I'm
better
at.
move to Arizona.
Well,
say less.
Be careful what you ask for, AD. No. No, I don't like cool, cold weather. And I recognize I'm in the worst place possible for that, it feels like. But I want hot temperatures.
You know,
and people are gonna come at me on the text line for this. The older I get, the more exactly.
Gosh.
But the older that I get, the more and more I hate the cold. And so it's bad when I'm 24 getting on ready to be 25. I can't imagine in 20 years when I'm 44 going to 45 what I'm going to feel like.
Nick, you know why I'm laughing, dude? You said the older I get. I was literally going to wear a jumpsuit this morning to the gym that is 22 years old, at least.
Okay, so close.
And I'm thinking, you said that. It just made me go back to it. I got to admit, it's kind of stanky.
Well,
it smelled. That jumpsuit, I've worn it so many times
sure.
to the gym. I've cut off the sleeves.
I'm sure.
I've altered I have a shoestring through the waist but it's just one of those sweatsuits I like
it's just
wearing.
Comfortable.
Man. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's gritty.
There's not outfits. That's the wrong word. But there's I guess in this case sweatsuits. There are sweatsuits that you just feel like you get a better lift in than others.
Do you see? Disc Golf Jake.
Disc Golf Jake says the older I get, this man can't even rent a damn car yet. That's my point. I knew people were going to come after me on the text line for this. I almost didn't even say it, but we went down this rabbit hole.
Hey, we got to clip that one, man. Disc Golf Jake, that is the text of the morning thus far. Probably will be for the year. Can't even rent a car yet. Nick, you can't, can you?
I can. I just have to pay the $25 extra a day. It's like the underage surcharge that they charge. I mean, it's so stupid.
DM says like swim kind of stinky.
Thank you. That's crazy. That's crazy. No, it's just I don't know what it is. I don't like. First off, it hurts my knees.
What hurts your knees?
The cold weather, like the joints, man.
Nick.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it affects me so bad. But I have a lot of my friend group. We joke around with the people that know me,
a lot of people joke around with me that I have 2 friend groups.
I'd say 3 or 4 at least.
I have 2 friend groups.
How do you even juggle all your friend groups like that?
I don't.
mean, do you say what is our group called? What do you call us? We have a name
we're,
for it.
we're the E9, yeah.
But
so
what is it in your phone though?
that's what it is.
Old guys?
No, not at all. However, what I'm going to say, and I don't mean this disrespectfully.
Anytime someone,
I know
anytime
I'm being 100% honest here.
Not to be disrespectful, but
no, I'm being 100% honest because I just know that the way that people will react, they're going to take it disrespectfully, and I don't mean it this way in the slightest. Is that I have a group of younger friends that are my age, and then I have a group of more seasoned gentlemen, and I gravitate towards the older folks because I feel like I can relate to them better.
You know,
I feel like I can relate when it comes to certain things. But then, for example, man, cold weather hurts my joints, man. Like, what supplements do you take to help with joint health? Like, I need to have those conversations.
So we're a geriatric group, right?
yeah. You know, hey, AD, when your joints are hurting, what do you take?
I was wondering what G-Dub meant in your phone. It's geriatric group is what it means.
There it is.
But you know what, Nick? I'll give you a pass on your knees because you playing catcher, like I said, that's a lot of squatting for a lot of years.
Sure.
Up and down and the wear and tear. You're an athlete. So I'll give you a pass on.
Now,
on that
I
aspect
understand.
of it.
There's a lot of people that have gone through, surgeries and they got tons of, fake stuff in their body. Like, I get it. And I'm not, I could be off. I could be in way worse shape and all this stuff. But, and I'm not trying to make this like the Nick complain segment. That's not it at all. I'm just letting you know, like, I hate the cold. And so when I walk out and I will wear shorts and a t-shirt as much and for as long as I possibly can until I start to feel it.
Disc golf take is lighting you up.
He goes, this dude is trying to get the 65-cent senior discount coffee. That's why he has a seasoned friends. No.
Adam says, good morning, Adam. He goes, wait until you move to a place that doesn't have seasons.
Okay.
You will want to come back to a place that does. You know what, Adam? I'm going to agree with you on that, although I've not done that yet.
You're pro seasons.
I like the seasons, but I do not like winter. And I'm going to tell you something, man. I've said this to my family. I know everything you say one thing before you have grandkids, but I do not want to spend winters here when at a certain when I hit a certain age.
100%.
Fall, yes, but I want to be. And you know what, Nick? Maybe even a taste of winter.
Okay,
not the whole winter.
I want to be able. I want to have the ability to leave.
I could see Christmas, but on December 26th, be on the first thing smoking out.
Hey, I want to be able to leave to where if I know, okay, you know what, and we're talking like 40 years down the road for me.
It's only about 10 for me.
It is. Geriatrics. Anyway, no. Here's the thing: it's something about having the freedom or ability to sit there and go, you know what? Okay. There is 20 inches of snow coming our way. Maybe it's just best if we just get out of here.
Yeah, Nick, I'm telling you. And DF said, DF lived in Vegas for a while. I left Vegas, moved back to Lincoln because I missed the seasons. And I think there's a lot to be said by that. A lot of folks, perfect example, snowbirds.
Yeah.
They leave during the snow, but they come back.
Yep.
I got some people in my family that stay here until about Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Grandkids and family, and then they are out of here. That's what I want to do. I love Nebraska.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't see myself. I'll never say never, but I can't see myself leaving here permanently.
No.
But during the winter, I do not want to stay. I'll come back like maybe in April.
Like exactly. When I get older, give me a spot to where I can golf year round, whether that's here or somewhere else. But then also, it's just like, let me have the ability to sit here and go, you know what? Yeah, you know what? 20 inches of snow is coming. Let's get out of here.
Mess with that.
Let's get out of here.
I just even you saying that, it's literally just my bones cringe.
That's right around the corner for us. It's October 1st, folks.
Joe B says, Nick, you are get off my lawn guy before you have a lawn.
I do. It is. I am.
Get out of my parking spot in my apartment.
Yeah. Get out of my garage. No.
Folks, I got
a little patch of grass.
What'd you say?
I got a little patch of grass in front of me.
How long do you hang on your patio?
Not enough.
But you're gone a lot though.
Yeah, I enjoy patio time.
Okay, Nick, when it's like, I know because your schedule is all over the place because of what you do. What is like what time do you averagely, when you get home at night?
Oh,
like a Monday through Thursday. I'm gonna throw Friday nights out because football. And everything
football.
Else.
I would say like,
Thursday.
well, normally I would say probably about 8:30 or 9.
You put in some long days, dude.
Yeah, but it's at different spots.
Yeah, but
like
it's still long
and
because
stuff.
it's here, it's the practice,
Yeah.
all that, it's meetings, and
Yeah.
those are long days, man.
It's a good time though. I mean,
It's
like
long
I want to
days.
trade it. So no, somebody IQ Crew, is this segment sponsored by Dude Wipes? Nick complains. No,
Dude,
no, we're done. We're done out of after this. I'm just saying. October 1st it hits, and I haven't seen a Gordman's sign in forever. That made me think Gordman's has been dead for years, and it
I
just
didn't even
drove
know
by.
they had Gordman's left.
I don't know if they do.
Text line, where are the Gordmans at? We just seen a trailer go down O Street heading to the west. Where's there a Gordman's at in Nebraska? Because it originated out of Omaha, I believe, years ago.
So this is what's crazy. Gordman's stores ceased operations and liquidated in 2020 after they filed for bankruptcy.
That might just be a bootleg trailer we saw.
That's what I'm saying.
Just something, somebody just using the hall stuff.
Yeah, there's
DF
yeah.
and longtime Lincoln natives remember the Gordmans that was on Vine Street.
48th and Vine.
Yep.
I remember that one.
You remember that one? Had the dinosaur playground in there?
Absolutely, I remember.
Nick, you remember that one?
And then they moved to North 27th Street.
To the north. You didn't go to that one.
I did. I was over by our house.
Oh, the new north side. That's right. They built the new one. They weren't building it in the north side. They built it in the new north.
Yeah. over wasn't that was Gordman's, right?
I can't remember.
I think so. Because like Bed Bath and Beyond went
was
over
right
there.
by there.
Bed Bath and Beyond
I
died
think you're right.
a couple of years ago.
I've not been out that part of town in a long time.
I haven't
Just
either.
going off the interstate.
Honestly.
Been there in a while.
I haven't been. I actually was venturing over to I honestly don't know if the Applebee's is still there, but like I just went over into that strip mall. People will remember this one. A restaurant that died a couple of years ago was Carlos O'Kelly's. Did you ever go to Carlos O'Kelly's?
I wasn't a big fan.
Wasn't a big fan?
Yeah, it was decent, but
Yeah.
I just
I was just over in that little part of town the other day, and I hadn't been over there in a long time.
It's been a grip.
I mean, because like if you're going to that side of town, you're going to take, like I'm going to the interstate, and I would take the interstate. Like I would go around Lincoln.
You wouldn't shoot all the way through.
No way.
If,
I was saying, if you're one of those people that say, yeah, you know what, I'm looking forward to driving down 27th Street today. I mean, you're just a new kind of psychotic.
No, I'm not with that. 0884, good morning. Says Gordman's is at the train station that we're still trying to figure out what time we get there.
That's right. That's right.
Folks, it is October 1st. Happy October to you. Nick, September just flew by, man. It flew by. Folks, we're in a new month, and it's a big month for Nebraska athletics. It's a big week for Husker women's volleyball as they take on Penn State on Friday there at Happy Valley. DP and Austin, those guys were talking about, getting into Penn State. It is not easy, Nick.
Yeah.
When I was there in the fall, I actually flew into, in fact, it was January. I flew into Harrisburg and then drove to Happy Valley. But, man, it is not an easy way. The airport, I don't think it's any bigger than our studio, to be honest with you, unless they've redone it, because I haven't been to their airport. The past few times I've flown into there, I've flown into Harrisburg and drove over to Happy Valley. So I'm not sure what the airport is. But anyway, Nebraska volleyball takes on Penn State on Friday. Then Piscataway, they head to New Jersey and take on Rutgers on Saturday. So Nebraska, you figure you're going to, you think about them, Nick, and we'll get into this more probably to 10:30. But you're going against the audience, what it's going to be like on Friday.
Yeah.
Total contrast on Saturday.
And it's kind of bizarre because what Penn State volleyball has gone through this year. When you look at
top
it,
player gone.
They're one of their top players. They're returning players from last year. Izzy Stark, who we talked to at Big Ten Volleyball Media Days a couple of months ago, is not with the team currently. Penn State, who is the defending national champion, is 7-5 overall. I mean, it is bizarre. It is crazy to think about. They just lost to UCLA at home in 4 sets. I mean, this is a team that's played a lot of ranked teams, but you're talking about this is now a team that has lost to Arizona State in 4 sets. They lost to TCU in 5 sets. They got swept by Kentucky. They lost to UCLA, and now you have to play number 1 Nebraska. This has been a complete, I flip around, a complete 180 from what we expected from Penn State. We expected them to be a dominant defending national champion program this year, and they're very good. They're still ranked in the AP poll and everything, or the AVCA poll, not the AP poll. They're still ranked in the top 25. Right. But to sit there a couple of months before the season started and say, all right, after 12 matches, what's Penn State's record going to be? and think that they'd be 7-5, nobody would have guessed that.
It shows you how seasons can change in sports very quickly with injuries and with, just the ups and downs and ebbs and flows of a season. You look at Nebraska, we thought Janarian Bonner was going to be a huge asset for it this year in game one. He's no longer here. Little Euler, game two when he was back home, but like game 2 or 3, he's gone for the season. So it just shows you, regardless of sport, things can change very quickly.
100%.
Folks, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I mean, it's wild, and the whole Izzy Stark situation is kind of unfortunate too, because she was had a phenomenal freshman year, and she unfortunately, for whatever reason, whether it was mental health, whether it was something internally, whether it was NIL situation, there's kind of been a lot of rumors floating around, so we don't really know all the specific details, but for whatever reason, unavailable to Penn State this season and no longer on the roster. And so it's just a bizarre kind of start to the volleyball year. But it's going to be an exciting couple of days here, because not only do you have, like we said, a couple of Nebraska volleyball matches, but I mean, the closer that we get to Saturday and to Michigan State AD, the more, I would say, nervous Husker fans are for the Michigan State matchup. Maybe I'm taking the temperature wrong, but I would say more nervous and just anxious Husker fans are to get Nebraska versus Michigan State underway.
I was talking to a few guys at the gym this morning that listen to the show, so appreciate those guys. My man John, I talk to all the time, that's there, and Ed Lankus. Happy birthday to Eddie. First of all, Eddie owns Blue Oxen Tree Removal. Good buddy of mine as well. So happy birthday to him. But we were just talking about the game, and Nick, I think your assessment is pretty accurate. There's a lot of folks that are optimistic, but cautiously so. This Michigan State team, which we'll talk about them at 10. We'll have both the OCs, I believe, too.
Yep.
Pressers on yesterday, so we'll have sound bites and get your comments and me and Nick's thoughts on that, what they had to say coming into the season. And also, I thought that was something interesting talking about Nebraska football. They said the intensity. Rocco Spindler mentioned the intensity. It was physical. So those are all good things to hear.
I find it interesting, though, and nobody's really mentioning this. And maybe this is me going too far and trying to be too dramatic about things. If you go back to when Nebraska got boat raced to Michigan in Matt Rule's first year, very few people might remember this, but they had the same response after that game that they did after this game, to where all the coaches and players talked about how hard they practiced and how much they got back to just Nebraska football. And it kind of alarms me. I'll be 100% honest, because if after each, loss to a team that's better than you, you're going to come out and say, we practiced harder than ever before. We came back out and we had just an edge to us that we hadn't seen on a random Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And Dana Holgerson's out here saying, I haven't seen that type of intensity in my entire coach. The more that those things and those comments are said, the more it feels like coach speak. And so we want to get to Saturday. Now on the flip side of it, if Matt Rule is listening to this, which he probably is not, but if he's listening to this going, geez, Nick, what are we supposed to say? I get it, right? Because what are you supposed to say after you lose to Michigan? What are you supposed to say after a bye week when the temperature in the room's not the most comfortable?
Right. I keep looking at that steak across the street in the window. I'm just getting hungry thinking about this pork. Oh, Nick, let me get back on thought, because I am starving right now. But nevertheless,
you better get used to that, because that sign is going to be up for a while.
Yes, it is. Rib Chop House. Just when you have to think of a chop, that's a good looking chop with 2 pieces of asparagus.
I can't wait to
sprinkled to the side of the ambiance in the presentation. It's beautiful.
Hey, AD, I can't wait till we get to introduce ourselves and they get to introduce themselves.
Yes, I cannot wait. I don't know. I just started. You were talking. I seriously started salivating from my mouth. But here's the thing. I'm glad they say that rather than, listen, these guys got to get it in gear. They got to get their heads out of their tails and play. So yeah, it's coach speak. The thing is, you hear that. I take all that with a grain of salt.
Of course.
Because we want to see it on Saturday.
Yeah.
But I'm, like I said, I'm glad to hear that rather than, man, I don't know what's up with these guys. They got to check in. They got to check in. And there's an element of coach speak. I think me and you both know that's there. However, like I said, let's just see it on Saturday.
Exactly. And that's where, that's where I hate to make this comparison, but it's like the whole Scott Frost thing when he was here of we had our best practice since I've been here and stuff. Nobody would have looked at that and invested as much time, energy, and effort into that if Nebraska would have won on Saturdays when Scott was here, right?
Absolutely.
So now we don't even have to mention this part about, I thought practices were better. if Nebraska goes out and beats Michigan State on Saturday. This is a good time also to plug that tomorrow at 10:15, we're going to be joined by Graham Couch, who is a columnist and a writer for Michigan State for the Lansing State Journal. And so he's been doing it for a very, very long time for the Lansing State Journal and knows a lot about Michigan State football. He's going to join us tomorrow at 10:15.
Folks, at 9:30, we're going to talk with one of Nick's favorite subjects, the results from last night's yesterday's first opening of the playoffs, MLB baseball. So we'll discuss that at 9:30 for a segment. We got history after that. 10 o'clock, we got both of the coordinators. Get your comments from there. And at 10:30, we'll probably dive into some more college sports as well. Nick, I've got a coach, and it's not me. It's a few things that I read. I was like, interesting. That could potentially be a coach at a place that we've been talking about as well.
Oh.
But the buyout would be insanity.
Okay.
Ride with us, folks. It's October 1st. Also,
Matt Rule?
What's that?
Matt Rule?
No.
I'm kidding. I joke.
And there goes the text
Yeah,
line.
right? Yeah. What do you know?
We'll be back. It's the Drive.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Advanced Medical Imaging is hosting their 3rd annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk on October 11th at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. Hear inspiring stories from survivors, enjoy local food truck vendors, a live DJ, and other family-friendly activities as we unite to bring awareness about breast cancer. Check-in begins at 8:30 a.m. with the walk starting at 9. Register your team today for Advanced Medical Imaging's 3rd annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk online at amimaging.com. Let's walk for those we've lost, for those still fighting, and for a future without breast cancer.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month, now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities. See Home Club for details.
From the capital to castles, starting this December, fly nonstop from Lincoln to Orlando with service from Breeze Airways. That's right, nonstop flights to Orlando out of LNK are starting this December. You're now just a flight away from Disney World, Universal Studios, Legoland, and the Space Coast. Stretch out and relax on Breeze with complimentary family seating. Book your magical getaway now at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. Just telling Nick off the air, I was reading in the newspaper either yesterday or the day before where Lincoln made the announcement they're going to pour a little over $2 million into some golf courses, community courses here in town. I believe it was Pioneers and Homes. Nick, can you imagine, as nice as Pioneers already is, can you imagine if it was a private, not private, but let's say it was somewhat private but open to the public? They could do to that course. With
I really like Pioneers.
I love Pioneers, man. First of all, it doesn't need to be private.
I haven't played that. I haven't played it this year.
My last, that was when I shot, I believe my low of the year. It was me, DF, my boys shot 81 out there.
Oh my gosh.
When we were walking.
Yeah. I haven't played out there.
You know, my favorite hole, as far as just aesthetics wise, is 10 in the evening.
Oh yeah.
It's just
because they're kind of up on the hill.
Yeah,
yep.
Man. Yeah,
absolutely.
Hole 10 is
absolutely
or early in the morning.
Dang, your lowest score this year was an 81.
81, man. 81. Walking.
I think I was there too. I think I just had an 81 somewhere. I can't remember.
Yeah, 81. I shot that a few times, but yeah, it felt good to do it because I knew that was going to be my last 18 for probably the year. You know, it most likely will be.
That's too bad.
See,
unless we get lucky.
What's that?
I say unless we get lucky.
Maybe I might try it. And if Jeff Freeman is listening and Shankar is listening, maybe if we snuck a few nice days in December, I might try it. But from what my doctor said, my back doctor, he goes, look, I don't advise. He goes, look, you're going to do what you're going to do. He goes, but if I were you, I would not do a full driver swing for 5 months.
Mm.
And you know what, dude? It's really not. You know when I kind of had the itch during the Masters and then watching the Ryder Cup. And then it goes away.
Yeah.
I'm like, because when that itch comes, I start thinking about, remember you couldn't walk, dude?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm good. Folks, this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. Can help protect your home, your vehicle, your family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or in Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you.
Big Daddy Travis texts in, what's the lowest temperature that you guys will play in? I'm thinking, so the wind plays a massive factor into this for me. The wind plays a massive factor. I would say I've played in mid 40s before in April. I've played 27 holes in mid 40s degree weather in April before. I played out in Tiburon in
You guys
Gretna.
played that day. Wasn't it snowing dang near?
No, it was not. But
What was it doing?
on my first iron shot of the day, I snapped my 7-iron because the ground was so hard.
Nick, wasn't it sleeting though?
I think there was some cold rain.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Cold rain, sleet.
There was some cold rain.
Ridiculous weather to be playing
Yeah,
golf in.
yeah, we shouldn't have done it.
Nick, if there's no wind, I could do about 45.
Yeah, I think.
But if there's wind, even at 50, I'm not doing it.
Well, here's the other side. Here's the other part of it. A 45-degree day in December is much different than a 45-degree day in April.
You mentioned that a few days. You're exactly right.
It is much different.
And I totally agree. It's
So,
totally different.
It's much different. How about this? This is a good question. If 5317 says if one of the private courses in Lincoln, we can expand that. One of the private courses in or around Lincoln turned public, which course would you guys want to have go public? Now Firethorn is incredible. Firethorn's special. However,
it is a hard course.
It
man.
is.
It leans on me. When I was a member out there, man, I very seldomly walked away feeling good. I mean, obviously, not about good. I loved it out there.
Yeah.
But man, when you're a high handicapper like me, though,
Yeah.
it's
Like
not
us.
it's not a relaxing round of golf.
I'm actually gonna go Wilderness Ridge. That's the one I would say. After playing out there, I want it back.
You know,
Because we played out there in June. It was like June or May. I can't remember. And I want that back.
I have great
'Cause I did not play
relationships
well.
with all of them. I'm going to keep that one to myself.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
I love all of you. Hillcrest.
Well,
yeah,
I'm hoping that the Wilderness Ridge people are listening. Hey, I love you.
I love
Doug the dog. I love you.
Hey, you go out to Wilderness Ridge and just start carrying bags.
Yeah.
Sir, hey, I'm just here because I love you.
Did you not hear me on the radio earlier this week?
Why are you spending the night on our deck? Because I love you.
Because I love you.
We're going to call security.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick, yesterday was the opening day of the MLB playoffs. I kept watching this. I was kind of glancing at the TV when I was working from home on my iPad. I was watching your Cubs, and they got it done.
Yeah,
they got it done yesterday afternoon. I should say. There's more games today, of course, but yesterday's results. Make sure I get all these. Your Cubs ended up winning 3-0 with the Padres.
They did.
Boston, I was messing around with Bach and Rico last night. Boston takes care of the Yankees 3-1. And tonight, I think actually last night also the Dodgers beat the brakes off of Cincinnati.
Yeah, that was Shohei Ohtani got the scoring started with a nice little leadoff jack. And so it was not a great start for the Reds. And they just don't have the offense. They don't have the offense to come when they dig themselves into a hole like
and they dug themselves
like
into
an
a hole.
like an 8-0 deficit. They just don't have the offense. I think the Dodgers are gettable this offseason.
How many home runs did the Dodgers have last night?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot.
I don't know, but
Teoscar had 2. Shohei had 2. I think 6.
Nick, I'm literally getting my clothes together.
If I remember
ESPN
correctly.
is playing.
Yeah.
Home run. I'm like, how many home runs did they say in that highlight?
Exactly.
I mean, it was almost like a home run derby for them last night, man.
Yeah.
Nick, who are you favoring? Just, I mean,
well,
throw bias out of it. Throw
yeah.
the Cubs out of it.
So who
looks the best? Obviously, it's first night. It'll be first.
So out of the wild card, because there's teams with buys, obviously. The Red Sox are dangerous, I think. The Yankees should be, but there's a lot of things going on with New York right now. And I give crap to a lot of my buddies that are Yankees fans, but in all seriousness, Aaron Boone, I mean, time and time again in the playoffs, we've seen over the last 5 years or so, managerial decisions are just, this is where it pays to have a strong manager. And what I mean by this is if you go back to the World Series that the Royals were in when they played the New York Mets. And Terry Collins, the manager for the New York Mets, decided to leave Matt Harvey in the game for a little bit longer than what they probably should have. And it came back to bite New York in the butt. Now, then you look in the World Series a couple years ago, I think in 2021, Kevin Cash, the Tampa Bay Rays manager, pulls Blake Snell after just 4 or 5 innings of work when he could have left him in longer. And the Rays ended up losing that game to the Dodgers that year. Then now you look at yesterday, something that happened was, well, first off, I'll say this about the Cubs. The Cubs reset the managerial salary market when they hired Craig Counsell away from the Milwaukee Brewers for $8 million a year, which was the highest paid managerial contract in baseball history. And he made the decision yesterday, instead of going with a more traditional middle inning reliever, he brought their closer in the 7th inning instead of saving him for the 9th, because he viewed those 3 outs as just massive moments in the game that the Cubs could not afford to surrender some more runs. And so he chose to use Palencia, the Cubs closer, in the 7th inning rather than saving him for the 9th inning. And like those managerial decisions. Well, now, excuse me, Aaron Boone, the Yankees manager, he pulls their ace with 99 pitches, which in this day and age, Garrett Crochet on the other side for the Red Sox threw 117 pitches yesterday. Max Fried was dealing on the mound for the New York Yankees. Aaron Boone elects to pull him. The Yankees bullpen has been shaky the second half of the season. They tried to beef it up at the trade deadline. It's been a little shaky in the second half of the regular season. And sure enough, they pull Max Fried, their starting pitcher, and the Red Sox take the lead the very next inning when they're at the plate. And the Yankees bullpen just struggled. And so those managerial decisions are what can cost games in the playoffs. And in these best of 3 series, I said it yesterday, game 1 feels like such a massive advantage or disadvantage for whoever wins or loses, because now teams like the Padres and the Yankees and the Reds and now the Guardians are looking at this going, holy crap, we have to win 2 games in a row. We have to be able to manage our bullpen, manage our guys, manage our lineups to where we can win 2 games in a row. It's really, really crazy. Another thing about Aaron Boone and the Yankees, he sat a total, I think I saw it of, let me see if I can pull up the tweet here. The Yankees benched, they chose not to play 2 guys, Jazz Chisholm and Ben Rice yesterday. He chose because of analytics. And this is where analytics get to become too big of a deal in the game. The Yankees chose not to play Jazz Chisholm and Ben Rice yesterday because they were facing a left-handed pitcher in Garrett Crochet. 57 combined homers and 145 combined RBIs between those 2 players were sitting on the bench to start the game yesterday. Analytics are important in baseball, but sometimes, similar to football, guys just need to go make plays, and you have to play the best guys on the team. And now Aaron Boone is suffering the consequences of that because he elected to go with analytics over who was playing the best at the right time.
Who was hot. Well, folks, today's games are Tigers versus the Guardians at 12:08. That'll be on ESPN Networks. The Padres take on the Cubs again at 2:08. That'll be on ABC. Red Sox take on the Yankees at 5:08 ESPN. And at 8:08, you got the Reds and the Dodgers, which will also be on ESPN. So if you're of an October fan like me of baseball, your plate is full today with options as far as that go. A whole smorgasbord of baseball going in.
It's a different vibe.
Yes, it is.
Playoff baseball is a different vibe. I mean, it is. We talk about it and we joke and I think there's some validity to it, to where, you know, a pitch in the middle of September or the middle of July doesn't matter, right? But if you're watching a game and it's a 1-run ball game and you're trying to go up 1-0, or today for a lot of these teams trying to close out a series and advance to the NLDS or ALDS, pitch by pitch, man, it can be intense because one little mistake can ruin it. And the greatest, this is a perfect example of how each pitch matters so much. Nick Pivetta, who is a pitcher for the San Diego Padres, so the Cubs could not get any offense going against Nick Pivetta, the Padres pitcher, yesterday. San Diego's up 1-0. It was a really well-played ball game, but the Cubs just weren't able to get anything going. I was listening to the game on Sirius XM yesterday as I was driving around from a meeting, and the broadcaster, Chris Burke, who does some College World Series games for ESPN, said, man, you know, I think the Cubs need to get the long ball. They're going to have to hit a home run because nobody's going to be able to manufacture runs in this game against Nick Pivetta. Sure enough, the very next pitch, Seiya Suzuki hits a home run to tie the game. Then the very next batter, Carson Kelly, the Cubs go back-to-back solo home runs to take a 2-1 lead. And here's what's crazy about it. That was Nick Pivetta threw a four-seam fastball to both of those guys. It was the only time this entire season where Nick Pivetta gave up 2 home runs in a game on a four-seam fastball.
In the playoffs. In
the playoffs, when the lights are the brightest, the moments are the biggest, guys, it's best on best. And that's where, I mean, at the end of the day, Aaron Boone, the Yankees manager, once again, you took out and you left guys that have been playing some of the best baseball as of late and throughout the season for you. You left them on the bench, and you chose not to play them in the biggest game of the year, and you piggyback that on top of pulling your pitcher when he was dealing on the mound. What are you saving him for? Like what are you saving him for?
Right. You got 3 games, bro.
This isn't the start of the year where it's like, okay, we got to make sure his arm stays healthy for the next 3 or 4 months. No, like this is it. Empty the tank. And then on top of it, AD, you have the pitcher Max Fried who got pulled. He goes after the game, he's like, yeah, I felt fine. I felt good. I mean, it's a real, I mean, it gets real dicey. Trust me. Nothing gets my emotions high and excited than seeing Yankees fans go in turmoil and freak out. But I mean, it's intense right now. It's intense.
I tell you what, they better not lose this series. There's going to be there's already a lot of questions,
especially the Red Sox.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. I mean, they're nemesis. They're a hated rival the whole nine. So I'm definitely going to be tuning into that one tonight. Like I said, Nick, it's good work TV or read TV.
Oh, sure.
Because I just peek up and look down. I love baseball. I meant to wear my Pirates.
It's probably best that you did it. It's probably best. I saw a picture of Paul Skeens like in an art museum yesterday.
Put your hand up. It's probably best.
It's probably best. I saw a picture of like Paul Skeens, the Pirates pitcher, in like an art museum, and I can't imagine what he's thinking. Just being like, I had a Cy Young, Kyle caliber couple of seasons year or whatever, and here I am in an art museum because my team just sucks.
Well, 0278 texter, good morning. First of all, congrats. He shot 75 with 2 double bogeys on the back 9 in early September at Wilderness.
Whoa.
Haven't touched the club since. Safe word to say we're done for the year. Man, that's
keep
a salty score,
keep
brother.
It there.
And he goes, I just want the Yanks to lose tonight so we can fully get rid of Bone.
but they won't. They won't. Like, Boone takes them to the postseason and then just makes the same boneheaded mistakes year after year. And it's, it's the whole thing of like, do you embrace the analytics and take that as gospel, or do you just play baseball? And a lot of times, especially in baseball, because it's becoming so analytical, teams will lean towards the stats and lean towards the mathletes that are crunching numbers in the offices and stuff. But ultimately yesterday, man, it's really bad for the Yankees to leave 2 quality players on your bench, and Jazz Chisholm and Ben Rice. And then Jazz Chisholm was asked after the game, he was like, hey, how did you feel about not starting last night or, tonight? And he turned his back to the media because he didn't want people to see his reaction and what his facial expressions when asked about not starting. I mean, it's a crazy, uncomfortable time. But hey, you know what's important?
This is why you play the game, baby.
You know what's important?
What's that?
The Cubs won. And they're 1 win away from a matchup against the Brewers. You asked me who the favorite is. It's probably the Brewers. Probably the Brewers, unfortunately.
It's going to be fun to see.
While we're on baseball real quick, the Atlanta Braves, I'll be excited to talk to Larry the Cable Guy Friday. We're having a remote at Cornhusker Bank.
Seen that.
And Larry's going to be there. The Braves relieved their manager, Brian Snitker, not going to return to the Atlanta Braves, just announced about a half hour ago.
Woody will have some good insight on that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Some good words on that, his opinion. Folks, we come back. We got some mystery. Top of the hour, we're going to talk to the coordinators. Stick around. It's The Drive.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month, now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities. See Home Club for details.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Chorizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Chorizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schwizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
The temperature and leaves are falling daily, so that means it's time for a new pair of shoes for the fall season from Brown's Shoe Fit. Now through October 31st, take $15 off any regularly priced fall shoes and boots. Brands like Keen, Oboz, Echo, Taos, and Atrex all $15 off. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details. This is the sale you've all been waiting for, so get down to Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's.
Herbstreit's in the drive-thru again.
Oh, hey, Kirk.
What can I get you today?
I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers that are real difference makers. Sprinkle cut fries with dynamic ridge patterns, Texas toast, and cane sauce with an air of smugness that comes from knowing you're the best. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup. One love.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back on this wonderful Wednesday. The temperature outside right now is a smooth 65 degrees. Actually, it's a smooth 70 degrees. Moving up to a high of 81. And then tomorrow we got a high of 88. Saturday for kickoff shouldn't be too bad. The high is 85. So you'll probably peak about 85. It's going to feel probably about 95 in the stadium, though. It's always a little hotter out there with that surface, etc. 3 p.m. kickoff, which is 3 more sleeps away from that. Then next week, man, it's the high I've seen so far is 74. That'll be on Thursday, but a lot of potential for rain starting on Monday, Nick. I'm down with it. So if the low is 58, so it's going to be nice in the mornings, man.
Yeah.
Those nice crisp fall mornings that you love so much.
As long as it warms up.
As long as it warms up. As long as my knees aren't cracking and everything, man, I'm going to be ready to go at a
hurts my fingers.
I've been living on this earth for 24 years, and it just gets old on an old man like me.
You understand.
Yeah.
Thanks for defending me.
24 years ago, I had 3 kids running around.
Well,
little stinkers like you.
Wasn't me.
Pooping in your diaper.
I was not.
You didn't poop in your diaper?
I don't think I ever did.
Let me call Craig real fast.
I don't think I ever have.
Yeah, because he blew them out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it never stayed in the diaper.
Folks, in 1975, on this day, Muhammad Ali sting like a butterfly, sting like a butterfly, float like a bee, sting like a bee, float like a butterfly. He was stinging and swinging, put it that way.
No, I want you to figure this out. What's it?
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Okay, cool.
Float. You notice how my fist is going to float real quickly across the desk?
I don't.
And right in your Adam's apple. See, AD's getting healthier, man. AD's getting healthier.
You've always been healthy.
My strength is coming back.
There you go,
man. My strength is coming back, so I can, I can extend that jab a little better to your, just right to your chin.
Okay,
just right there. The Thriller in Manila is what it was called. 14 rounds against Smoking Joe Frazier. See, look at you. Looking at me again. These are real names.
I'm not looking at you.
Yes, you are.
I'm looking at text on the text line.
Smoking Joe Frazier. It was in the Philippines to retain his WBA heavyweight title in a match that billed as the Thriller in Manila. Now you're texting bullcrap about me. I can see because you grab your phone, like the Z.
I'm receiving texts about you, actually.
Yeah. Who's talking trash about AD? I'm calling all heads to bet. No, it must be your other group because our group
is quiet. It is the other group
because we get
the other group.
It's like that movie, The Other Guys. You know.
This is the younger friends are texting about AD.
The other guys. You tell your younger friends I still love them though.
They're listening. What would you like to say to them?
I love you.
Okay.
Because I'm Doug.
Yeah. Doug the dog.
The Thriller in Manila, Ali did it in 1975. And I've said this before in the show. If you ever get a chance to go down to Kentucky and Louisville, you definitely have to go check out the Muhammad Ali Museum. It is an amazing place. Been there a few times. And it's a lot of nostalgia in that place, man, of just his boxing career, his life, etc. But I tell you what, the t-shirts, I mean, you think you're buying, dang near an outfit for the price of a t-shirt, but I still got one anyway. But great place there. The late Muhammad Ali defeats Joe Frazier, 14 rounds, 1975.
There you go.
Homie?
I was just looking around at a couple of these. A lot of baseball history today. How about this one? In 2000, on this day in 2000, the Chicago Cubs defeated the Pittsburgh Pirates 10-9. Because it's history. It's history.
There was other things you could have read.
There is in the final baseball game at Three Rivers Stadium, which was the Pirates' home since 1970. So for 30 years, Three Rivers Stadium was the Pittsburgh Pirates' home field. And in the last game ever played there, the Cubs beat the Pirates 10-9. So I just felt like that was important to mention.
To just rub it in against my Pirates, right?
No, I just felt like it was valuable information. Valuable information that we needed to get to.
The smugness of Pius the 10th over there. I just thought it was valuable information. I just watched it.
Providing history knowledge. Somebody says stick with the open hand slap, AD. Whatever you say. Let's go to break.
Folks, we got both of the coordinators coming up for the Huskies. 3 more sleeps until Sparty comes to town. We'll discuss when we come back. It's The Drive.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert, driving left side, his border, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Ostrider. Watch out! Monfisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. We had both the coordinators that spoke on their usual Tuesday pressers. Of course, rules on Monday, coordinators are on Tuesday.
And it's on a Wednesday here. It is time for the IBA $1,000 cash contest keyword as well. Text it 508-777-1000, or you can head to theticketfm.com. Click on Cash Blitz to enter. I can give you guys a few seconds there to pull out the phones, not while you're driving, hopefully. 508-777-1000, or head to theticketfm.com. Click on Cash Blitz. All right, today's keyword for the 10 o'clock hour on a Wednesday is DEAL. DEAL. That's spelled DEAL, deal. Remember, every keyword you enter is another chance to win. One lucky listener will take home $1,000 tomorrow around noon. Don't wait. Get that keyword in now. Remember, Cash Blitz on our website, theticketfm.com, or you text it. Don't text the text line number, this keyword. Text it to 508-777-1000.
Nick, there was in DF, and some of the older cats remember this, there was a group called The Deal.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. A lot better than Quinn 98, 94, 95.
You still got it wrong.
Quinn 92.
There it is.
I like Quinn 92. Actually, I had Quinn 92 playing on my
No way.
This morning. I had it on a mix.
AD, I'm proud of you, man.
It's just, and you know what? I had it when I was stretching and just kind of warming
Yeah, it's
up.
just a vibe. It's just a vibey too.
He's got a cool vibe, man. I like his style. And I noticed in your pictures, he was out there just wearing some shorts and some Snickers.
He was wearing Crocs. He was wearing Crocs.
I love that. Nick,
That's
here's what I'm going to do.
I felt like I could relate.
So in North Carolina on Friday when I spoke, I wore some white Air Force Ones with my seersucker suit.
I saw the suit.
Did you like it? Do you think it's okay?
I liked it a lot,
Yeah.
but we hadn't been able to talk about it.
So tell me what you
I
think.
really liked it, man. I thought it looked really sharp,
and I appreciate it. And I figured North Carolina, it's still seersucker suit season.
When is it not?
And it was the baby blue and the white
It
stripes.
was very, very good.
And I had a few people that came up, but I really like that suit you got on.
I bet they
And
did.
one guy goes like this. He was like 68, 67. He's been director of HR for years. He goes, I don't know if I can pull off those what they call Air Force Air Crews. We call them. I said Air Force Ones. He goes, I don't know if I can pull those off. I said, yeah, you can, man. So I wore the Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
With a suit. That was my first time ever doing it. Because usually I'm pretty traditional.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
there's something a little business casual about sneakers and with a suit.
Yeah, man.
It looks. They're much more comfortable too.
Yes, and I took them off and put them in my suitcase. I did not wear them through the airport.
Yeah.
That will be indoor shoes only. I got an event coming up in Omaha. In fact, next month, folks, it's the Hustle Conference for entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Small business owners or just people who are just in business.
Yeah.
Or want personal growth. The speakers are going to be absolutely amazing. I'm going to MC that and speak. I'm not talking about myself. But it is going to be, I'll get my man's name. This is blowing me away, but I've got a lot of his books. And he's going to be one of the speakers there as well, but it's in Omaha at at Creighton's campus.
Oh yeah.
In their business college. And I'm really excited. I'm going to wear the Air Force Ones.
Nice.
For that as well. But it's going to be a great conference. And I'll talk more about that as it comes up closer. But yeah, I'm gonna keep rocking those, man.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, the seersucker suit is sweet. I liked it a lot.
I appreciate it.
I looking back, I should have swiped up on the story and been like and given you a compliment or texted you, but I do a really bad job of that, and I acknowledge it.
Dude?
I acknowledge it.
It is all good. I like flipping people crap, but no, it's all good.
I acknowledge it. I acknowledge that I have issues.
Nick, think about it though. Even having. Again, I want to thank Jesse and Lawrence that were here yesterday. From Jesse being from the Lincoln Department of Health, and then then Lawrence being here from Lincoln Mullen Community Center therapist. That social media thing, man. There's in fact, Nick, since I added Snapchat, and I was talking to my marketing gal, and she was like, "AD, here's the deal. You're going to have methodically go through these to stay on top because when you're doing MySpace to work, you don't want to post and ghost.
Yeah."
When people make a comment. So that's one of my tasks this week is to catch up on the comments.
Yeah.
Because people in my space, that is something that is frowned upon if you don't at least just click a like.
I always laugh.
I get it, but you have
Yes, I always laugh when I and you experience this much more than I do on Facebook because you have hundreds of people that will say happy birthday.
I block out time.
Well, it's so funny because it'll be like 3 months after your birthday, and you'll just it'll randomly pop up on my Facebook feed.
Thank you.
Where it's like 3 months later, AD replies, "Thanks, it was a great one."
Dude, didn't you turn like 9 months ago?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to turn another year older, but I figured it might be a good time to say thank you for wishing me happy birthday.
I'm 50 3/4.
Exactly. I'm about ready to turn 51 next week, but I figured thanks for wishing me a happy 50th birthday. That's it's always funny because Facebook is like that's where if whoever comments, like even if I commented on a post that I posted back in 2014 when I was 13 years old, I could sit there and it would just pop up on everybody's feed like today. And I just find it so funny. To think it's like 3 months later, it's like, hey, thanks, Jared. It was a great one. I'm like, how do you remember what day it was, AD?
Yeah, I'm getting there. So this week is catch up on my socials during
That's
the
so
evenings
funny.
or early mornings. Nick, let's start off, man, with Dana Holgorsen, Coach Holgorsen,
Yeah.
OC, of course. Here are his comments on yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, a big issue for Nebraska has been offense in the red zone. Nebraska is near the bottom in converting possessions into points. We know what happened in the Michigan game. Nebraska goes for it inside the 10-yard line. They get stuffed, and it's a turnover there. We know what happens just on the edge of the red zone later in the game. Kyle Kananen missed a field goal there that you feel like is health, pretty safely in his range as well. Here is what Dana Holgorsen had to say yesterday on the offensive pass and run game while specifically in the red zone.
Yeah, we got to get better at it. It's not like we haven't emphasized it. We've emphasized it since the day that I got here. Is one of the first things that I pointed out that we needed to fix. This was game 10 last year, and so, it's a lot of things. We got to do a better job of scheming up runs. We got to do a better job of getting positive yards. We got to do a better job of obviously finishing. I've got to do a better job of more pass game stuff that puts the ball in Dylan's hands and not just one-on-one RPOs. That worked against Cincinnati. We caught 2 one-on-one RPOs, in man-to-man. Okay, that we're going to face man down there, but I may need to scheme a few things up more, and so I got to get creative. That's my job, and we've done that the last 2 weeks.
It's interesting because it is becoming more and more apparent to me, AD, and I think it's safe to say this, and this is no slight to Emmett. This is no slight to Nebraska's running back room. Way back in the offseason, we acknowledged, okay, the staff feels like they're going to throw the ball. Like they're going to throw the ball around the yard, right? I think now we're going to start to see that really come to fruition. Maybe not to the tune of 40 attempts a game for Dylan Raiola, but the way that Dana Holgorsen talks is Nebraska just doesn't either it's have the ability to consistently run the ball. I think they're going to run. Like, I'm not saying Emmett Johnson, see you later to double-digit carries. That's not going to happen. But ultimately, I do think, though, that Nebraska recognizes and views that Dylan Raiola is their best player on offense. They boosted up the guys around him at the skill positions, especially wide receiver, in the transfer portal in the offseason. And Dana Holgorsen looks at that and says, we need to get the ball into the hands of our most skilled players. And that's how we do that, is giving Dylan Raiola chances to pass the ball to these wide receivers that we brought in.
Nick, I think it's an excellent analysis you broke down there. And here's what I'm going to say it compares to Chiefs fans.
Yeah.
I'm going to preface it by saying this. By no means am I comparing Nebraska to KC. What I'm simply saying is, you noticed how different KC looked with Worthy being back.
Sure.
Juju was involved. Worthy was involved. Pacheco ran differently. Kelsey, the other tight end, forgets his name. The other one.
Noah Gray.
That ball was all over the place. They mixed the run. They mixed the pass. It was short passes. They had the threat. And wait till they get homeboy back in 2 more games?
Yeah.
What's dadgummit? He'll finish up with a suspension for KC.
Rashid Rice.
When Nick.
Yeah.
That's why even my daughter's boyfriend Max
Yeah.
loves the Chiefs. My boys hate the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Eric Fuentes, I love him. In fact, happy birthday to my neighbor Eric Fuentes.
Hey, happy birthday,
he's
Eric.
66 today, man.
No way.
He's
Does not look
66.
not look a day over 40.
No, he does not. So Eric, I love you, buddy. Happy birthday to Eric Fuentes. He was at the Chiefs game, like he knows that lost season ticket holder. So happy birthday to your brother. But they looked totally different, Nick.
Sure.
And I bring this back to Nebraska. And I'm just using it as an example.
Yeah.
Not that Nebraska's anywhere like that. Very few teams in the NFL, as far as that goes. When you have that many weapons, let them eat.
Exactly.
Let him
And
eat.
I think there's something to be said about in the pass catching game. Emmett Johnson is valuable. I think Emmett's the best pass blocking running back option that Nebraska has as well, right? Like, this is not me saying that Emmett's role on the team is going to diminish or that he becomes less valuable. I think that's actually opposite. I think it becomes more valuable. And I think there's rooms, there's areas to where you're going to see Emmett break some big ones. I just think that when Nebraska needs a play, Husker fans, I think here's where I think Nebraska fans are at. and checking the pulse of Husker Nation, if you will, if we want to go down this road, 402-464-5685. I think, AD, we all sit here and go, man, we just want to have a running back to where you can give the ball to him and he's just going to get yards and he's just going to get them. We want that Amir Abdullah back. We want the Rex Burkhead back. We want, even back in the old days, the Lawrence Phillips. We want that type of feeling back to where we can run the ball at will. But at the end of the day, we might just have to come to terms with right now, over the next couple of years, that instead of it being run the ball, Nebraska's best option to have success or best chances to have success on offense is through the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a tough pill for a lot of people, especially people your age that saw Nebraska in glory. I think it's a tough pill to swallow and to accept and to acknowledge.
I think, Nick, I will admit that it is a tough pill to swallow. However, I know football is still the same, but schematics sometimes have become a little more elaborate.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of window dressing, pre-snaps, et cetera, that go on now. But at the end of the day, the run games open up for the pass game. However, to your point, though, when you can keep a defense honest and guessing, which is going to lead me to my next point, both begin to open up quite open because they don't know what they do. Nick, let me ask you
Everybody
this.
loves the cliche phrase complimentary football.
Absolutely.
Right.
Let me ask you this, man. Holgorsen, this is his 8th. He came in, 4 games into last year?
No, it was 4 games remaining. So he was
4 games remaining.
Yeah,
last year.
so he started on his 9th game.
So he started on his 9th game. Now, this is going to be, in my opinion, Nick, and we can look at the spread to prove that. This is going to be a very formidable opponent, if one that will not beat you if you're not careful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's getting a little more tense the closer that I think we get to Saturday.
So let me ask you this:
for a lot of people,
how cool would it be to see Coach Holgorsen in a flow? I mean, where the plays are just click.
Well, I think we saw that. I think we saw that against
a formidable opponent.
Yeah.
Not against, and there's no knock against Akron and Houston Christian, but we both know those are inferior.
A little bit of a knock.
Those are inferior opponents. What'd you say?
I said it's a little bit of a knock.
Yeah. Not to be critical.
Yeah, not to be critical. These guys are good. Just,
But when you hang basically 140 points up in 2 weeks,
exactly.
So I want to see how, because Nick, we haven't really seen that yet. There were hints against Cincinnati, but have we really seen a flow from this offense? Now, granted, obviously this year has different pieces. Dane Key, Isaiah, etc. That's involved in there. Even Rocco Spindler as far as the offensive line.
Yeah.
But what I can't wait to see the OC and the quarterback and the entire 11 guys on the offensive side of the ball, a flow state. You know, Nick, when you're just like when you're golfing, regardless of what club I'm not saying every club is going to go exactly where you want it to go, but you have a flow. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How good would that be to see Nebraska get into a flow against a formidable team?
But I think it'd be crucial. I find it fascinating. You know what, Dana Holgorsen, let's go back to this. Dana was asked yesterday if moving forward in the Big Ten slate, if he'd like to see more balance. And I thought this was a very, very fascinating, and I appreciate the crap out of the way that he answered this question. Here's what Dana Holgorsen had to say about balance offensively moving forward in the Big Ten schedule.
Yeah, I do. I think Dylan's playing at a very, very, very high level, right? And so how I call plays, I call what's working. Okay, so I don't go into a game saying, man, we need to throw for 350 yards. It's all about how the flow of the game is. Okay, with that said, our running back, our running game, it needs to improve against an opponent like that, right? And so, I was happy with where the run was after the first few games, but then you play a top 20 team that's, a perennial top 20 team, and it didn't look the way it needs to look. We weren't finishing blocks, and that's not a shot at our O-line. That's a shot at our offense, because there's so many people that are involved in it, right? First play of the game, Emmett gets 14 yards, and that's the longest run that we had all day, and so we gotta do a better job of scheming things up. We gotta do a better job of sustaining blocks. That's everybody on offense, and then we gotta run harder, and I know a lot's been said about, who number 2 is and all that stuff. we have options, and it's our job to get them there. And when we put them in there, it needs to look better. So if you want more running, if you want more rushes, then when I call it, it's got to look better. I'm not going to just keep calling things that aren't working for us, right? So we have a very diverse offense and we can do a lot of different things. We can get the ball to a lot of different people. That to me is balance. That's balance. Okay. And my job is to call the plays that are working to where we have a chance to be successful.
I think it was very refreshing to hear this part.
I'm not going to just keep calling things that aren't working for us.
It's that. That is the part of the answer that I found most, I would say, just eye-opening. And people are going to sit there and go, well, come on, Nick, Marcus Satterfield wasn't calling things on purpose that weren't working. And there's some truth to that, right? But we talk about the ability from a coaching staff to identify talent. What about the ability to identify and really embrace what is working collectively or not working, right? It's as important to know what you're good at, just as important as it is to know what you suck at, right? Or not, you're not as good at, right? And Dana Holgorsen, I think he kind of illustrated it perfectly there, to where he acknowledges, look, we are not very good at running the football. And if those guys want more reps, you know what? Prove it. Yeah. You want to come to me and talk about how we're not running the ball enough? Well, as a running back, go run better. Go be better. Go block better offensive line. Go do this. Go do that. There's something refreshing about that, because Nebraska now, I think, once again, we're going into this area of the next 8 games to where Nebraska, I think, is going to have to throw the ball much more than maybe they even want to, but they're going to do it because that's what they do best.
And you know what, Nick, and what you're saying, I get. I really do. And I really agree with Big B right here on this, when he's talking about he was around for the scoring explosion days and the same issues Nebraska's faced. And Big B, you're exactly, I agree 100% with you. And the other texters on here that were, and Cigar Guy, you as well. At the end of the day, Nick, and it comes with pass blocking as well, because
it does, yeah.
Whether it's run block,
conversely, if Nebraska was horrible, couldn't protect Dillon over the course of 6 games,
which they didn't last
right?
2 weeks ago.
Exactly. So if they can't do that over the course of the next 3 games, then you got to have some real self-assessment of, like, maybe if Nebraska starts struggling to throw the ball, I don't know where you go. Nick, I don't know where you turn.
At the end of the day, and Big B, Cigar Guy, and Nick, I'm going with you. It doesn't matter. In the word run and pass, you got run, block, pass, block. If you're not blocking, and blocking's just, you know what, Nick, as we know, it is. It's like us beating a dead horse. We've been saying this for over a decade.
Yeah.
You got to block.
Yeah.
Because if Dillon is running for his life, well, good luck in the pass. To your point, good luck in the passing game. If they're not opening up holes, good luck in the running game.
Mm-hmm.
So, and blocking comes down to want to. Technique and want to.
Absolutely.
But you can have all the technique you want, but if you don't want it bad enough, and that's something, man, to either you, and you got to find guys, Nick, to your point, we talked about earlier. Well, maybe Pritchett's that guy, Elijah Pritchett.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that guy is or isn't.
Yeah.
But you sure as hell better find him, because blocking comes down to want to. The late Matt Verzal, God rest his soul, our former teammate, walk on out of Grand Island, undersized, wasn't one of these big ballyhoo recruits we had that time. Matt just simply wanted to block.
Yeah.
And he played with that, and he played with that type of gumption. He played with that type of intensity, and that's why he played. Scott Saltzman, undersized scholarship guy from down in Texas, balled out. Aaron Taylor, people like, this guy's barely 6 foot. What do you mean he's going to win the Outlet Award and all these different trophies?
Yeah.
It came to, I can go Stein, Graham, Wig, I can go on and on and on. Eric Anderson from town. Nick, I can go on. All those guys had one trait in common: want to.
Yeah.
That's what blocking comes down to. Coach Browning still does receivers. I don't care how many touchdowns you caught in high school, but here, we're going to block, or you're not going to see the field.
There's a part of me that hopes for a guy like Elijah Pritchett, especially. Actually, I think it'd probably be good to do this first. Let's do this. Here is the competition at tackle. It's a pretty short answer, Dana Holgorsen. The competition at tackle.
Yeah, it's the same conversation. It's the exact same conversation, right? I mean, we got to try to settle on who our best players are, and you know, I think all those tackles have had a good 2 weeks. I mean, they've pass set it a million times over the last 2 weeks. Okay, and so I think you'll see improvement when it comes to that. That was elite pass rush that we saw. Okay, and now we know what it looks like, and now we know what our bodies have to do. and how our bodies need to play, and it's our job as coaches to get the best ones out there.
There's a part of me, okay, two-part, and I'll go quicker on this part than the second part. Part one is I wish Nebraska could get to a point, and this isn't a fault of Dana Holgorsen or anything like that. I wish Nebraska could get to a point to where they don't need a game to see, okay, this is what we're going up against. This is what an elite pass rush looks like. No, just go in expecting it. Go in knowing what is coming, right? Like you shouldn't need to
That
get it. Okay,
nameless opponent thing.
well, it's like, and I completely understand, and Dana Holgersen's correct in the fact of like Michigan's pass rush doesn't match up. Neither Cincinnati, Houston Christian, or Akron is going to be anywhere on the same playing field pass rush wise to Jay Sean Barham or anybody that Nebraska faced against the Michigan front. However, like to get to the next level of program for Nebraska, to that next tier, you can't sit there and be like, well, we now we know.
Agreed.
Now we know after we just got our butt whooped.
Agreed.
Like, no, like
Don't wait until that.
Don't wait. Don't
Right.
wait to acknowledge that, yeah, you know what? This is going to be the best pass rush that we see up to this point. You should go in knowing. Like Michigan's not sitting there going, oh, that was the best offensive line that we probably saw all season, but now we know. No, why? Because they whooped the butt. Like that's what happened. So it's just like to get to that next tier, and this is no fault of Dana Holgorsen. I think this is a player's thing rather than coaches. To no fault of Dana Holgorsen, like you got to know what you're going into. Don't allow it. Don't force it to take a game to be like, okay, now I know, right? The second part of that all is I hope that a bye week or an idle week kind of just allowed, especially in this case, Elijah Pritchett. There's been so much just stuff that's been said about him. So much has been out in public, and whether it's rumor or whether it's truth, there's a lot that people have speculated on regarding off-field stuff. I hope for Elijah Pritchett's sake, if one good thing comes out of Nebraska's offensive line, specifically at the tackle positions, right? And I say positions plural because a lot gets made about that left tackle spot. The right tackle spot is potentially worse. It just nobody talks about it because it's not the blind side to Dylan Raiola. Is that ultimately Elijah Pritchett could look at that and say, okay, you know what? After that performance, none of the guys in front of me, their jobs are safe, right? And this can be true for all the backups, right? Elijah Pritchett's just the big one because he was the highly touted transfer and getting NFL draft buzz next April. Look at it as fresh start, earn your spot, go forward with the next 66% of the season the way you expected to start the season. Like go forward with it. Fresh start, clean slate, back to the grind. Here we go. And so I hope that that's the case. Now, it might not be, it might be, who knows? But Nebraska's got to figure out something at both tackle positions, because we can't sit here and be oblivious to and say, oh, left tackle's just atrocious, when on the right side, it doesn't look much better either.
My man Dylan was getting sacked from the left, the right, up the middle. It didn't matter where. That offensive line has to improve, and we're not saying anything that all of you listening don't know.
100%.
They know they have to improve. And Saturday, man, is a great opportunity. I mean, that's about first of all, I'm going to say this. Anytime you get to play, is a great opportunity. Go out and do it.
You know what a great opportunity is, AD? How about Lincoln Children's Museum game day play dates?
That's a wonderful segue.
Game day play dates.
The young fella, I love
it. That's funny. Once again, if you're planning a trip this weekend to Memorial Stadium for the Husker game, football games, they can be fun for the entire family. But sometimes younger children can't sit through an entire game at the stadium. So you go, all right, what should we do? Do we leave them with a sitter? Do we leave them with friends, family? Do we take them to a tailgate? I don't know what you do. How about this? Go to LincolnChildren'sMuseum.org. Game day play dates. While you are enjoying the game day experience, the children can have their own experience of game day from our friends at the Lincoln Children's Museum. Drop-off is 90 minutes before the game, so it still gives you plenty of time for your pregame festivities as adults. You can pick up your child or children 60 minutes after the game. And while you're cheering on the Huskers, the children can enjoy fun activities that involve science, technology, engineering, math, arts, all centered around football and getting themselves active. It's affordable, convenient, and just steps away from Memorial Stadium. If you're interested, you must register your child prior to game day at LincolnChildren'sMuseum.org. Don't show up You can't just show and drop off.
Here's my kid.
Yeah. You can't just do that. You have to register prior to game day today, tomorrow, Friday. LincolnChildren'sMuseum.org. You pick them up 60 minutes after the game is over. So even if Nebraska goes to overtime against Michigan State, 60 minutes after the game is over, 90 minutes before kickoff is when you drop them off, and make sure you go drop them off.
The game?
60 minutes
Come
after
get your
the
baby.
game. Yep.
Come get your baby.
Don't be late. It's walking distance. You can walk to the stadium. You can walk to the stadium. So.
Absolutely love it. Folks, we're going to come back. We're going to hear from John Butler on the defensive side. He mentioned a funny comment about Cincinnati's quarterback that I thought was interesting, Nick, as well. I was started laughing when I heard it. We'll be back. It's The Drive.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's.
Herbstreit's in the drive-thru again. Oh, hey, Kirk. What can I get you today?
I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers that are real difference makers. Crinkle cut fries with dynamic ridge patterns, Texas toast, and cane sauce with an air of smugness that comes from knowing you're the best. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup. One love.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. Comfort food, but make it vegan. At Rutabagas, they're serving all your crave-worthy classics. Mac and cheese, loaded nachos, Philly cheesesteaks, all 100% plant-powered and 100% delicious. Catch them at their cozy spot at 70th and Vine, or find their food truck rolling through the streets of Lincoln. So whether you're vegan, veg curious, or just hungry for comfort food with a twist, Rutabagas has a plate waiting for you. Find them on Instagram for their food truck location and specials. Rutabagas, where comfort meets compassion. If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and warm, and actually high around 85. Tonight, mainly clear skies, a light breeze, a low around 64. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy and warm with an afternoon high near 89. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher from 93.7 Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The temperature and leaves are falling daily, so that means it's time for a new pair of shoes for the fall season from Brown's Shoe Fit. Now through October 31st, take $15 off any regularly priced fall shoes and boots. Brands like Keen, Oboz, Echo, Taos, and Atrex all $15 off. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details. This is the sale you've all been waiting for, so get down to Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q.
Are you ready to transform your body and your life in just 10 weeks? At Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, our kickboxing challenge combines heart-pumping cardio, strength training, and proven nutrition coaching to deliver real results. Lose fat, gain strength, and feel more confident than ever. Spots are limited. Don't wait. Join the next Farrell's 10-week challenge starting October 11th and take the first swing towards a healthier, stronger you. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, results, not excuses. Join today, fxblincoln.com. That's fxblincoln.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we got John Butler because he was on the mic yesterday as well talking about the defense. And Nick, this defense is going to have their hands full. You know, obviously we heard Underwood for good reason. We heard Justice Haynes for good reason. We get that. And those things, all of that concern was justified. But you think about this defense. Nebraska leads the nation in pass defense. We have not really faced a team that was pass happy other than maybe a Cincinnati at times. You know, we pretty much locked them down. But they're allowing just 75.8 yards per game. Sierra Wright, Andrew Marshall, they combined to give up fewer than 80 total yards this season. Obviously, that catch the guy from Michigan had was a very big one as far as that goes. This pass defense, you laughed at me.
Yeah, Nebraska's number one in pass defense this year right now.
Number one, so they're getting it done. But man,
only one interception,
one INT.
I mean, that's the other way to look at this. I mean, there are teams that have double-digit interceptions. Maryland has 8 INTs on the year. Indiana has 7. Nebraska, the defense has been good in terms of pass defense. However, there's room for improvement, especially in the forcing turnovers, or in this case, takeaways.
2 names you want to stick. We'll talk more about these tomorrow as well, and I'm sure our guest will as well, being from Lansing, a young man. He's older than me, I believe.
Graham Couch.
Graham Couch will give us a lot more insight. But Aiden Childs, of course, the Sparties starting quarterback, dual threat, 9 TDs this season, just 1 INT. He takes care of the ball at least through the first 4 games he did. And he's got the legs to extend plays. Maybe not as fearsome as maybe an Underwood is, but this young man can run. The weapons he's got Nick Marsh, he's got Omari Kelly, names you're going to hear quite a bit coming into this game. Hopefully you don't hear a lot about them on Saturday. But the black shirts, Nick, as you know, they're going to have to say discipline when Childs scrambles and breaks down. Because every time when I even read that, and I just thought about it, I can see Underwood parting literally the Red Sea, going untouched. For that 34, 35-yard jaunt to the end zone. Let's hear what Coach Butler has to say.
Yeah, here talking about Aiden Childs. Here's what Nebraska's DC had to say about the quarterback.
I think he's a great athlete. He can throw in the pocket. He can throw on the move. He can run design. They have the quarterback draws that we've seen, out of Cincinnati and that we've seen out of Michigan. They have the same exact structure that we've seen. And then they run him a lot in the red zone. And then he takes off a lot just in scrambles. He's very difficult to tackle. You can see he's got strong lower body. And you can see he's a very, very, very good competitor, which, that's really what it comes down to in these games is the competitors stand out, the ones that aren't on your team, the ones that are on their team. And you can see that, much like Sorsby, when you see how well he's competed even after our game, those guys that have it in them and in their heart, and they're going to do whatever it takes to win. Those are the types of guys you have to make sure you're defending.
Yeah, Aiden Childs, somebody that really, Jonathan Smith as a head coach has kind of tied himself to this in his early coaching career, whether it was at Oregon State. This was Oregon State's prized recruit under the Jonathan Smith tenure. Spent 1 year at Oregon State under DJ Uiagalelei at the time, and then ultimately transferred with Jonathan Smith to Michigan State. This is who they lean on. I think Aiden Childs is somewhat dangerous. This is where to really take the next step, I think Nebraska's defense has to kind of force opponents, not just Michigan State, but going forward in the teams that they play, force the opponents to do uncharacteristic things, force them to be uncomfortable. And part of that is Aiden Childs, who has 1 interception this year. Nebraska's secondary, who has 1 interception this year. Nebraska's up to continue with the foot on the gas. Like we saw, and we liked and we gave credit to Nebraska for being able to keep their foot on the pedal against Houston Christian and Akron. Well, now get yourself into a spot to where you can keep your foot on the pedal against Michigan State and take that next step. We keep talking about take the next step, right? Climb the next leg on that ladder and do that. And so force Aiden Childs to do something uncharacteristic. And in this case, it'd be turn over the football.
Nick, I'm concerned. I don't want to say this. The more you mentioned this earlier with Childs, and just looking at tape on him. He's elusive, and I really don't think because it's Michigan State and not Michigan. We heard a lot about Underwood, and rightfully so. He played national television when they played against Oklahoma State, national exposure 2 weeks prior to coming to Nebraska and playing here. But this Aiden Childs is going to be a kid, 6'3", 225, that could pose some problems with his legs. My biggest concern, Nick, with our defensive line is playing discipline and our linebackers being where they're supposed to be. That is a concern for me.
Yeah.
And this kid has the same capabilities, in my opinion, to do the same type of damage if Nebraska does not play discipline at the linebacker and defensive line position. Yeah, and the missed tackle that Deshaun talked about, McCullough talked about, that costs us. Now, that's going to happen first. I'm not just calling him out, but he called himself out, first of all, which I'm glad he did. But those things can happen. You're going to miss some, but you can't miss in critical moments like that. And that's, like I said, Nebraska's going to have to play disciplined football, man.
There's something to be said also. This is what I would say. It's time for some of the new defensive hires as well to show out on Saturday. And what I mean by that is this is a big game. We get caught up in previous stops and teams that they were a part of in the past and their connections and stuff. And maybe we just need to get back to just coaching. We focus so much on resumes and where these guys have been and the former players that they've coached and the players that they are connected to in the NFL. And we just need to look at it from a pure current day. How are they coaching? Because Terry Braden, Phil Simpson, this is a massive game for them because throughout the first couple of weeks, Nebraska hasn't been good at getting pressure on the quarterback. And those are 2 new hires from the offseason to where we got so caught up because Coach Braden, who was a part of the Kansas City Chiefs and is friends with Chris Jones and has all these connections to the Kansas City Chiefs and the NFL and all these really, really good, talented players, we're still waiting to see his imprint, right? We're still waiting to see it transition to on the field. Phil Simpson gets brought in as the edge rusher coach and the outside linebackers coach. And that's been a spot that hasn't been great. Nebraska has struggled outside of Williams Nwaneri to consistently get pressure on the quarterback. Dasan McCullough at times has made plays, but it's also covered up a lot of negative plays that some of the outside linebackers have made this season. This is a big second stretch, I should say, big month to show, all right, they're consistently getting better and that these hires were quality hires, right? Because then it all goes back to Matt Rule on his ability to hire coaches, which has been a thing under Matt Rule's tenure. There's been a lot of coach turnover, whether it's been because of off-field incidents, because of hiring away to other jobs, because of whatever reason. There's been a lot of changes. There's been a lot of changes in just a few short years.
Here's somewhat of the I'm going to say the olive branch I'll give some of the individuals, both coaches and players. I got to remind myself, this is not excusing the fundamentals. I got to remind myself, this is the youngest team in the Big Ten. There's a lot of youth on that defensive side, but on the D-line side of it. So I think that, to me, I have a better evaluation at the end of the year, just kind of seeing, okay, overall what they did. However, though, for right now, you need to take care of Michigan State. And then to your point, you want to see a return on the investment. That's the bottom line, because this is a business. It always was, but it really is right now. You know what? And Nick, everything you're saying is the truth. You want to see what guys and coaches do here at Nebraska. That's great where you were at your previous stops, and we those things are awesome. They've earned those accolades. But now we want to see the transfer of wisdom, insight, and results by the guys on the field and the product we see on Saturday. Because the reality right now, guys, we know this, Nick, it is a product that people want to see, and they want to see a dang good one.
Yeah, and rightfully so, right? Like, I think the way that Nebraska plays, and for what they can do defensively and the talent that they have, there's no excuse as to why they can't have more success, why they shouldn't have more success. And in no way am I sitting here going, okay, well, we need to evaluate and see whether or not these coaches should even still be here. No, that's not what I'm getting at all. But I am saying that there is, and things don't happen overnight. And I think it's important for us to acknowledge that things don't happen overnight. But as a program, Nebraska's been trending in this direction for now 3 years, where they've gotten better slowly but surely, and they have. But you can't take 3 steps forward, 5 steps backwards just when you lose a couple of coaches.
Right.
Like you because that needs to prove, that's the moment that you prove that the program is bigger than anybody else. Because if you look at Indiana is a perfect example, and I know we've talked ad nauseum about the Hoosiers, but if you look at Indiana, you sit there and you go, okay, they lost their offensive coordinator, they lost their quarterback, they lost a lot of key positions on defense that they brought with them to James Madison, and did they lose a single step? No, they might be better. They might be more legit and better posed for the playoff this year than they were in 2024. And so that tells you program, right? Bigger than one guy, right? To where that's why it made so impressive what Alabama was able to do year after year, because they would lose draft pick after draft pick after draft pick.
They would lose massive amounts.
Saban coaching tree, it would continue to disperse and it continue to just kind of move on, and guys would get head coaching gigs and guys would go to the NFL. Like Tosh Lapoy, before he came back to the college, he was one of Alabama's best recruiters, goes to the Cleveland Browns for a while, and now he's with Dan Lanning in Oregon. But you sit there and you go, how do they not skip a step? Well, it's because the program is in such a stable spot. Nebraska, this is the year that, you don't evaluate and fire coaches just after one season. I'm not getting at that. But what I am saying is that this is the time that you can prove to everybody watching and to yourselves that, you know what? The program is not bigger than one quarterback. The program is not bigger than one coach. So when Nebraska does go through some coaching changes, and if you're a good team with good coaches, you're naturally going to have guys that leave and get poached from other jobs. And so naturally, you have to continue to prove to yourself that, you know what, we can handle the turnover that's naturally and inevitably going to come when we're successful, because guess what? There's a stable piece at the top, and that's Matt Rule.
Absolutely. Gingerbread, man, that's what Nick's point is. I think it's a good point. Gingerbread, man, a lot of coaches have used Nebraska as a stepping stone all the way back to Bo. And, when you've had so much instability at Nebraska, Nick, that we've had, I mean, that's definitely going to happen. So Gingerbread, man, I feel you on that. Hopefully that is not the thing. But at the same time, Nick, like you said, you got to bring in guys that fit the system
100%,
and that recruit the players can relate to, et cetera. So
we talk about the importance from a coaching staff of being able to identify talent in the portal. identifying good coaches to bring in to replace other coaches is just as important.
Absolutely.
And I mean, it's crucial. You have to surround guys with good coaches, because who's going to be able to take a player from a Division II program and turn them into an all Big Ten caliber squad or player, athlete, the coach, right? And so not only it all works hand in hand.
Yeah, Scott from Bancroft. Before we go to break, I agree with you. I understand your pain. He goes, Indiana's a great example. I'm 47. Dang it! I miss the good old days. Miss the good old days. I'm with you. The parity of college sports has definitely changed, but other teams are doing it, Nick. Like what you said a few months back. The time is now.
Yep. Let's play.
Time is now. Folks, we'll come back with the history segment. We'll ride a few more.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and warm. An actually high around 85. Tonight, mainly clear skies. A light breeze. A low around 64. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy and warm with an actually high near 89. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher from 3.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
The temperature and leaves are falling daily, so that means it's time for a new pair of shoes for the fall season from Brown's Shoe Fit. Now through October 31st, take $15 off any regularly priced fall shoes and boots. Brands like Keen, Oboz, Echo, Taos, and Atrex all $15 off. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details. This is the sale you've all been waiting for, so get down to Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we're back for the last segment, the 80 Attitude Adjustment. It has been a very fast ride, the rides that we enjoy on a Wednesday and any day as far as that goes. The rest of this week, obviously tomorrow we got our guest coming in, beat writer from Lansing. Nick, thanks for making that happen, brother. Very interested to hear what he's got coming in. Jeff is going to come in tomorrow morning real quick at 9, talk about the 50th 10-week challenge they have coming up with FXB. That's crazy to think, the 50th. So he'll be at 9 o'clock as well to discuss that. And a lot more to break down with the Nebraska versus Michigan State lineup. We'll go between the numbers on both sides of the ball as far as that goes. And some more MLB results, because there'll be more results.
I'm excited. I know people don't get freaked out about baseball. I understand. I understand why. But I'm telling you, this is the time for casual fans to start watching. Just have it on in the background. You'll catch yourself peeking over every now and then. And just kind of stay in tune, because when you start to understand the decisions that are being made and the hotly contested opinions from other people outside of it is really, really fascinating. The Yankees Red Sox game is going to be intense tonight.
I'm going to be working.
It's in New York too.
It is going to be insane. That's going to be insane.
Can you imagine being in New York? Whew.
Like redunculous, man.
In New York, outside of Yankee Stadium, if they lose tonight. That's crazy.
They better have a lot of po-po.
Hey, shout out to Hizzlebear AD. He says, "What's up, fellas? I'm just about to head into the hospital to have baby number 3.
Oh, Hizzy, congratulations.
If you could say a prayer for baby and mom, it'd be appreciated. Absolutely. Congratulations to Hizzlebear and Mrs. Hizzlebear.
Hizzy, keep us posted too, man, if you would, brother. Let us know how
That's
it's going.
huge.
Definitely keep mom and baby in prayers. Everything is
Absolutely.
a safe delivery, my brother. Absolutely. Absolutely. Folks, we're going to get some more of these tomorrow. Like I said, text me in, so we couldn't get all of them today. But that just shows you how the conversation in the comments, it just flows well. Speaking of things flows, folks, the attitude adjustment this morning, I was sitting down during quiet time when I heard my sprinklers, Nick.
Okay. Did you jump?
No, at 4 o'clock they go. Choo, 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 choo,
Oh, yeah.
So I hear it downstairs, and it's watering the grass.
Yep.
Very simple elementary example. What are you watering, folks? And I thought about that this morning. Man, folks, I'm going to tell you something. People are, there's all sorts of chaos going on in our world today. But the reality is this. My dad would always say, whatever you water, whatever you feed grows. What you starve, it dies. So if you're pissed off, anxious, mad, depressed, stop watering those things by looking at the same stuff that makes it grow. Starve it. Not saying not to be informed, but don't let this craziness infiltrate you, man. If you're looking at people always posting negative garbage and all sorts of hysteria and man, stop looking at that stuff. Stay enough in the know to know. After that, let it go.
Hizzlebear says, I don't even know what we're having yet either. I've got 2 girls currently. There you go.
That's the stuff that matters, Hizzlebear.
Absolutely.
Folks, thanks for riding with us. We'll ride with you tomorrow. It's The Drive.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy